So how's everybody doing out there? It's my first video on YouTube. So while I will be doing some lives and different things, um, and also waiting until my camera improves because I done dropped this phone for the 1 millionth time and it's getting tired of me. But uh, once I adjust the cameras and everything and do some of the things that I have to do, um, I'm going to start up my channel officially. But I want to take this time to record this because there's a lot of different things that, people act like they're aware of it. Some people act like they share similar circumstances as far as persecution and different things. And, you know, my issue is I've noticed, and, these channels are supposed to be used for our ministries to reach people and different things. And I almost feel like some channels are being used as a psyop to put mind control things out there, and to control narratives about people. And, for me, especially being a black man, I've made these statements on my Facebook channel, but I think it's very important, the perception that we try to put out there about other people. At times it's real easy to, look at certain things and, want to try to speak on it, or, when things have something to do with other people's lives, we want to try to make sense out of it. So we try to interpret it for ourselves and, maybe even for the group of people that follow us and hear us. But it's dangerous to do those things. Like, people are grabbing hold of people's testimonies, and I made this statement several times, but people grab hold onto people's testimonies, and understand the Bible says in the last day they will make merchandise of you. And so when I see these different people with these monetized channels, obviously talking about people who they don't know or they haven't met, and putting out narratives about these people, putting out narratives about certain things. And, some things are extremely dangerous. As I said on my Facebook channel, like, being falsely accused for being abusive isn't cool in these times. And I've already had people threaten me, talk about, you're gonna die, do you wanna die alone, all this different stuff, to try to discourage me from, number one, having nuts in the first place, being a man, standing my ground on certain things. But, people, I believe they want control, or they want to be able to dominate or push you out of the way for their own selfish reasons. And, this is some of the things that I've picked up on. And one of the main reasons I really don't like being online, there's benefits. You can spread the gospel. You can put a business advertisement out there. You can do a bunch of different things to help, set your family up. So if you've been looking for certain opportunities, you can set yourself up. And so it's beauty with being online as well, but it's also a curse with people, with how they misuse it. And some people can operate out of the fruits, but how they use their channel is not out of the fruits. You get what I'm saying? Some people, they may be experiencing joy, real peace, real long suffering, and different things like that. But then if you get on the internet and then your channel becomes a psyop used to mind control people, control narratives or different things like that, or to speak on somebody else's testimony and different things when you don't know that person, you have to question whose side you are on and who you're truly working for. The thing that happened to me a few weeks ago that really helped me to take a step back, and I'm glad that it did. For months, God was trying to get me to stop posting certain things on Facebook that I became so wrapped up in the different things that people were saying about me, the different lies and different things people would put out there about me, as well as my heart being wrapped up in different things. It brought in a lot of confusion. And so one of the things that I want people to pay attention to with their YouTube pages and different things that they're supposed to be using to either reach people, be whatever you're trying to be to people. All right, just consider your ways when doing things, because I see a bunch of channels, whether they recognize it or not, whether it's intentional or not, they're being used as a psyop. And I think one of the goals is to try to depress the person, but also to gain territory, which is something that has been happening on the internet a while, and a lot through many different people. And so for me, it's extremely important that we take heed to ourselves and how we use these things. If something doesn't directly pertain to you, if you're just copying what somebody else say, I would strongly suggest that you stop it, because you may not see certain things. You may like that person, you may think that person is this and that, but you have to take heed to yourself and on judgment that you can't be like, well, because they were doing this, I wanted to do this just like them, and so I started doing it. No, you have to make sure you're doing things for the right reasons. Make sure you're not jumping on bandwagons with certain things, trying to hurt people, all these different things. And so, those are some of the reasons why I've noticed people using their channels. And, for me, it's unfortunate. The way I think about things is like, if people are so happy, why do they have to use their channels as a psyop? And some people may not be in with the government, like, believe me, like, it ain't, some people operate rogue. Understand in the last days there will be many Christs. So we won't just have the Antichrist, there will be many different people trying to be the representation of the Son of God on the earth. And so these are some things to pay attention to. I'm glad I took some time to wait, because I probably would have said some cuss words yesterday. But that's from me being wise, me, understanding that I'm trying to put a different image out there, and not one of my own, just I want to be conformed to the image of God's Son. And so I want to look more like him. But with the ways that at times I've reacted to certain things in the past, talked about certain things, made threats towards people, it wasn't really showing the fruits. I was really upset with certain things, but I had to come to terms that, and that's why it's good what happened to me a few weeks ago happened. It put me in a place to where I'm not really quick to bring the hammer down on people. Now, I'm not, but as I've said, man, people grabbing hold of certain things, pertaining to your life and putting a spin on it, it's like, it can bring frustration. It can bring frustration. Any real, person, they don't want nobody. Like, picture this. I'm literally telling a story about you, but I'm not including you in it. And also, while I notice you're looking, I'm putting lies in there and all type of stuff. And now everybody who's listening to everybody, they see this, but won't nobody really come clean about anything. Everybody is just quiet for whatever reason. And so the person who it's about, they can clearly see these things and that it's annoying them, and other people can see that, but other people are only seeing this person's reaction to what people are doing with their story and their testimony. And so I've gotten frustrated over the last, week or so, to the point where if we really could if we could really do certain things, thank God we ain't him. Because I know there's plenty of times where people will want me dead and gone. And there was a couple times this week, I'm like, bro, I wish I could blow that person up in their seat right now. And so it's good to be humble. Understand what you got to improve on. Peace.